Alright guys, so today we're doing the math that matched our constructions from last time. So these are tangent lines, tangent to our circle. So that means that this line touches our circle at a 90-degree angle and is perpendicular to our radius. The same thing on the other side. Now, when we constructed this, we had our bullseye was like here. Anyways, so we took this segment and we cut it in half. Remember, we went like this, we made the big arc, and then we cut the segment in half because there was a line that went like here. So this spot is the center of this line that goes from A to C. And then what we did was we put our bullseye here and we made a circle. We measured to the center of our circle and we made like an arc, like that kind of. And then we drew a line from the exterior dot through here on both sides. Well, the thing about all of this is, the thing that makes these guys special, is that these two tangent lines are congruent. They're equal to each other. So you have these problems that are all set up with these tangent lines. And all you really need to know is that, this tangent line is congruent to this tangent line, so then you have to solve for x. So x equals 10. That's all you have to do on the first one. Okay, the same thing like on number 23. So we set 28 equal to 2x minus 1 and solve for x. Add 1 to each side. 29 is equal to 2x. Divide each side by 2. And 29 divided by 2 is 14.5. So that is our value of x. That's what we're trying to figure out. On number 24, the same idea. X plus 4 equals 5x minus 24. Get my variables on one side by subtracting 5x on each side. And now I have negative 4x and 4 is equal to negative 24. Subtract by 4 on each side and negative 4x equals negative 28. Divide each side by negative 4 and x is equal to 7. Okay, sorry, there you go. One more. Same thing on 26, set these two guys equal to each other. 4x minus 7 equals 2x plus 13 minus 2x on each side. 2x minus 7 equals 13. It's positive. Add 7. 2x equals 20. Divide each side by 2, and x is 10. Okay, so that's how you do those problems. Then you have some problems to do on 43 and 44. Okay, so these are circumscribed angles. So the thing that you have to remember that we wrote down is that we wrote it down on our purple paper. This angle over here, well, let's call him x, because most of them are set up that way. Some of them are not. X equals 1/2 this arc, so that's, we'll call this AB, 1/2 of arc AB minus this guy, CD. Okay? So if you just add those up, or subtract them, I guess, not add them, and then multiply by 1/2, you'll get your answer. So, number 1, we're trying to figure out what this angle is equal to. So that angle, we'll call him x, is equal to 1/2 of the big arc minus the smaller arc. 80 minus 40 is 40, and 1/2 of 40 is 20, so x is equal to 20 degrees. Number 3. Okay, so we need to figure out what this arc is. So we're going to do the total measurement of a circle, which is 360, minus this outside arc. So 360 minus 220 is 140, because I have to know what all of these guys equal. Okay, now we can set up our problem. X equals 1/2 of 220 minus 140. Well, 220 minus 140 is 80, So you've got half of 80, and that is 40 degrees. The same thing over here on number 5. Okay, now this one is a little bit different. So remember, a circle is 360 degrees. And I can figure out what this arc is by doing 360 minus this arc right here, the one that we don't know. And that's all we really need to set it up. So this time we know what this angle is, so 50 equals, and it equals half of the bigger arc, 360 minus x, minus the little arc. Okay, you don't need these double parentheses here, but if it's reversed, you definitely do. So 50 equals 1/2, 360 negative x minus x, that's 360 minus 2x's. You have two options here. In all of my work that I did is I distributed the half because that works out really nice for this guy. But what you could also do is you can multiply by 2. So I'm going to show you both options, and then you can pick your favorite option. All right, let me get a little note. Okay, so we could distribute by a half. So half of 360 is 180, and half of negative 2x is negative 1x. Then minus 180 on each side, and 50 minus 180 is negative 130. Then divide each side by negative 1, and x is equal to 130. That's the first method. The second method is to multiply by 2. Now the great thing about this guy is that in this method, we get rid of that fraction, which will help in other problems. So my suggestion is to use this in other problems. So we're going to multiply 2 on each side. And the reason is because 2 times a half is 1. 2 times 50 is 100, so now we have 360 minus 2x minus 360 on each side, negative 260. Okay, so then we have equals negative 2x. Divide each side by negative 2, and x is equal to 130. So either way, you get the same exact answer. I suggest this method if it looks kind of weird, and you'll know what it means. Like when you have a half that won't multiply through, or that looks kind of funky. Or you could, yeah. Either way will work. You might get decimals if you distribute and it won't multiply by 2 or won't divide evenly by 2. So definitely have those as an option. Okay, this is the exact same thing. Okay, number 9. So again, we have to figure out what this arc equals. I know that a whole circle is 360. We're given that this guy is 144 and he's not part of our problem. And I also know that the 60 isn't part of this arc. What I have left over will give me the measurements of my arc that's remaining. And that's 156. So that's this arc right here, is 156. So now to figure out the measure of angle x, it's a half of 156, the big arc, minus the little arc. So 156 minus 60 is 96, and half of 96 is 48. So my x is 48 degrees. Okay, number 11 is like backwards from the front side. So this whole arc is x. To get this little arc, I'd have to do 360 minus x. So now we're going to set up our problem. So 84 is equal to half of my big arc minus my little arc. This is where you want to use parentheses. So the reason that we want parentheses is because we have to distribute this cute little negative to the 360 and the negative x. Again, we have this half. You can multiply by 2 or you can distribute that as well. It's up to you. So let's do this inside first. 84 equals half of x minus 360 minus x plus x. Sorry, my bad. I distributed. So I really have 84 equals half of 2x's minus 360. I'm going to distribute this guy through. 84 is equal to x minus 180. Add 180 to each side. And x is equal to 84 and 180 is 264 degrees. Hold on, let me look. The other weird one is like 14, so I'll do that one with you. So it's set up the same way. 15 is equal to half of the big angle minus the little angle. Okay, so again, you could distribute that half all the way through. However, when you do that, 59 divided by 2 is not nice. So instead, I'm going to multiply each side by 2. Remember, on the right-hand side, when you multiply by 2, basically everything else goes away, and we just have the 59 minus 2x. 2 times 15 is 30. Then we're going to solve, so minus 59 on each side. 30 minus 59 is negative 29. It's still a decimal. It's okay, though. Divide by negative 2. And x is equal to 14.5 degrees. All right. Have fun. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day. Bye, guys.